They say he who giggles snickers, chuckles best. Clearly, Wendy Williams is presently laughing out loud on the grounds that not just she played her ex Kevin Hunter and his courtesan Sharina Hudson big time by removing them, yet she likewise demolished their 15 drawn-out relationship stress, is on the road that Serena is intending to leave Kevin in light of the fact that he's totally destitute and can never again uphold his family. And since every one of his endeavors to blackmail additional cash from Wendy bombed Sharina is going to pack her stuff and pass on Kevin to manage obligations and late installments alone. Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. We keep our eyes on the most unimaginable injuries in the existences of your #1 superstars and continuously present to you the most sultry updates. We've been following the tale of Wendy Williams' separation for a long time now, and it seems as though things are just getting nastier for her ex. The man is going to be unloaded once more, and this time, regardless, his Miss Serena needs to say farewell to this dramatization. Unequivocally, who could anticipate such a miserable consummation of their despicable romantic tale? To learn more, make a point to stay with us for the rest of this video. So every one of you barely missed the titles detailing that Kevin Hunter is totally poor and couldn't in fact cover his essential bills since Wendy Williams quit sending his provision checks. And it wasn't simply some tragic account for the press, obviously. The man genuinely failed in light of the fact that he was completely reliant upon Wendy's cash and didn't actually consider getting a new line of work to accommodate his new family. And keeping in mind that Kevin is attempting to act intense reasoning that he can sue Wendy and his previous organization, yet get a money to cover openings in his spending plan, his paramour Sharina Hudson could have become irritated, and confidence in him. It seems like Kevin was not by any means the only one who remained in a relationship in view of cash. Now that the fat checks from Wendy quit coming in, Serena is considering leaving Hunter for good. If that is valid, that could be a perfect storyline for Wendy's impending digital recording. We don't have the foggiest idea yet when the main episode will be delivered, yet we are certain that Wendy wouldn't botch a potential chance to win over Kevin's setbacks. After all, she could have known such an extremely long time that Serena wasn't exactly enamored with Kevin and remained with him simply because he could give her an elevated requirement of residing. And since there will be no more cash, she has positively no great explanation to reside with a jobless man who makes himself a fool with his hopeless statements. Yet not Wendy never trusted in their romantic tale. Fans continue to hypothesize on how long will Serena stay with Kevin now that he doesn't give her extravagant sex, costly vehicles, and end-of-the-week escapes to radiant retreats. This is one individual's message via virtual entertainment. Sharina is an entrepreneur who will utilize anybody to subsidize her way of life. Kevin will before long be history, which she continues on toward her next project. And someone else remarked we should accept wagers on how long Serena will remain with Kelvin. Once no cash is coming in, I'm thinking they have basically a year then. At that point, it's over, well realizing that Serena has no clue about what it's prefer to bring in cash through hard and legit work, and has been siphoning off Wendy for over 10 years. We are not really shocked by this. See with your own eyes, Sharina, who will be 37 out of 2023, has been partaking in a luxurious way of life since her mid-20s, all because of her undertaking with Kevin. He has been utilizing Wendy's the means to purchase Serena, presents put resources into her senseless business. Thoughts fly her to extravagance resorts, and even get her a chateau several miles from his family house. This lady knew from the beginning who was the genuine patron of these things, yet had the nerve to acknowledge the gifts, lay down with Kevin, and even convince him to leave his significant other, assuming that boldness had a face. It would be Sharina's. The main thing Hunter would not do is to separate from Wendy. Yet, as we probably are aware, Sharina at last got what she generally needed after she got pregnant. Wendy sought legal separation, and Kevin Hunter turned into a liberated person. He presumably faint-hearted rushed to Sharina exactly the same day. He even got month-to-month checks from his ex. Because of their repayment understanding, Sharina presumably thought she had scored everyday routine sweepstakes and was experiencing her best life. No obligations, no sending CV, no working for the lowest pay permitted by law, no doing difficult positions. Until the end of her life, no managing requesting supervisors and partners, anyway, her American fantasy about getting something in vain finished. When Wendy quit sending checks, we couldn't imagine anything better than to see Sharina's face. When she figured out that Wendy played them and Kevin Hunter wouldn't get a solitary coin from his ex Sharina, was maddened to the point that she quickly began to pick at Wendy on her Instagram and constrained Kevin to open up to the world about a tragic account about provision. There are likewise tales circumventing that there's inconvenience in heaven and Kevin. And Serena's relationship is blasting at the creases, it said, that 2 or 3 continues to battle constantly. And Sharona drives Kevin into frantic activities to blackmail cash from Wendy. Well, it seems like the main thing Hudson thought often about is the ceaseless progression of cash into her pockets, and now that it halted. She showed her real nature, and the shade of Sharina Hudson is gold like a gold digger. This lady has no disgrace in her. She has no privilege to Wendy's cash at all, particularly after what she has put her through. Well, they say individuals who make their own theatrics merit their own karma. Appears as though Serena's karma at last found her after such a long time of laying down with a wedded man and involving Wendy's cash out of selfishness. And her actual thought processes in these nervy activities are at long last uncovered. Does she truly need Kevin now, assuming he has no method for supporting her way of life? We think not. We trust that this karmic kickback just encourages Wendy on the grounds that a decent giggle is what she really wants for a fast recuperation. It's difficult to accept that Wendy could figure about Sharina's genuine goals this time and stay quiet, yet she may be prepared to open up on her web recording, and we are anxious to hear her disclosures. Anyway, Wendy's fans likewise realized that Sharina's sentiments weren't veritable, and they as of now see Sharina pressing her stuff and searching for one more casualty. One fan composed on Twitter, since the checks from Wendy Williams have evaporated, we should perceive how far Kevin Hunter's side chick will stay by him. Sharina made herself an objective of joke individuals, mercilessly broil her via virtual entertainment, and uncover her real essence. This is what one individual remarked: Sharina just connected with him since she figured out his significant other was popular. She need them free coins he guaranteed her. And someone else remarked in the event that that escort had any planning, she ought to have continued on away from Calvin quite some time in the past. Presently she's simply staying nearby. It appears on the grounds that she trusts Calvin will get compensated from Mrs. Wendy. Any self-regarding lady would stop. Yet don't get your expectations too high. Sharina Wendy.